Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, internet land, YouTube viewers, and you wonderful mountaineers. And again, I'm fucking sticking with it until you come up with something cool like Juggalo. We have another great episode of the Mountain Jew Review. And today, we have the man that had me host my first show and make an ass out of myself, mispronouncing everybody's name, 2Strikes.
What's up?
Woo
What y'all doing, internet world?
He just got back from doing a Luna Fest. He hyping up for a show tonight, 4 Winds, which will already be done by the time this airs, so hopefully you went and seen him. We're going to sit down, bullshit with him, figure out what got him in the rap game, how he started, some influences, things he got coming in the works. He has an awesome new group with Phantom out called The Outlaws. If you guys don't know that, then you're missing out. That'll be announced for Ouija Mac.
Yep. It'll be announced for Ouija Mac. We did do a small set of the Outlaws. We do a small set of the Outlaws pretty much every time we perform, but it's coming full force with. It's going to be a full Outlaw set here really soon, and it's going to be great. It's when me and Phantom do music together. I don't know. It's just something about the way we vibe together when we do music together. Just
you two hype each other up a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
Like if you see Tyler perform by himself, it's great. But when you see him and Phantom together, when you see 2Strikes and Phantom just jumping back and forth and really getting into it, like one of my favorite songs the two do is Slice and Dice. You guys just totally vibe out hard on that, which is awesome.
Funny story about that. It's called God's Off a Leash. But we have decided we're changing the name of that song to Slice and Dice.
Well, because that's that's what everybody knows it as.
Yeah, and well, that is like there is a reason like behind the God's Off the Leash. Like one of his lines talk about gods, and one of my lines talk about off the leash. So we kind of combined a couple of our lines, but we've come to terms now that we think we're just going to change that name to Slice and Dice. We were gonna change our names to Slice and Dice, but that seemed like a little extra mile, and it felt like one of my good friends told me, he's like, yeah, you kind of really just have to kind of go straight horrorcore. Then you want to be able to do like everything. You'd have to do all horrorcore. And I just don't know if I'm ready for all horrorcore yet. I love horrorcore,
unless you start rhyming about popping, shooting craps.
Yeah,
Slice and Dice.
Yeah.
So, one of the first big questions we like to always start off with, since we do showcase local guys and independent musicians, we always like to dive into where you're from, where'd you grow up, school.
Well, I grew up in Omaha, and school, well, I went to Valley High School for a while after we moved out of Omaha to the country, until I got kicked out, and then I finished my schooling incarcerated, but I did get it done. It was just a GED, but I finished that and kind of self-taught myself a lot of things, take courses online. Just, that was my schooling. Streets. The streets a lot. So, very street smart guy, I think, for the most part. Sometimes I get fucked up and forget about it. But, yeah.
All right, so we do got an Omaha boy. Recurring theme here. I think we've only had 4 guys not born in Omaha, but the ones that weren't born here grew up here. So,
yeah.
So far, recurring theme. Except for A.G. Strange, who's an Iowa boy, 712. Yeah, screw you, Omaha guys. No, I'm just kidding. I was born in Sioux City, raised here since I was like 4. I like that I claim Iowa, but I was born here. It's all the same shit.
You like trains or something? Like, who the fuck is from Iowa likes it?
That's why we live here.
It's full of trains.
Y'all ride bikes out there.
That's why we live here. Instead of Iowa.
Yeah.
Even though Iowa's cheaper. So then.
It's because their drug rates out.
Hey, they're Mexican Americans and they have rights too. So growing up, kind of running in the streets, and how'd you get into music then?
Oh, well,
have you always been into music?
Yeah, I've pretty much always like been into music, not performing it or writing or anything like that. But I found a great place when I was about 12 years old called the Ranch Bowl, and I just completely fucking fell in love with the music scene at that moment in time. Like Noise Wave, man, that was my shit growing up.
Me and Tyler are about the same age, so I'm a few years older than Tyler. So when he was 12 at the Ranch Bowl watching Noise Wave, I was 14.
And I'm super excited because I got a show with them
dude,
coming up. And that's fucking great from going to watching these guys when I was a little kid growing up
to performing with them,
idolizing them to a certain degree. Don't get your
don't get too big headed there, guys. Sorry that you're the godfathers of Omaha scene for the most part. That most of us younger cats really remember. Like, to me, Ranch Bowl always equals Noise Wave.
Right.
You know,
and
like
they're both great guys too. Like, you know, they're just, you couldn't ask for a better bunch of guys who I grew up around in the scene, and now I get to see them at shows that I'm performing at, and show, you know.
And it's so great because they'll do the little reunion shows like this, and we get so excited for it. And I tell everybody the 7 ways to surreal that it's usually not even 7 questions for me to get back to surreal. Look how quick this was. You know, like surreal is and Rowdy Jesus AT, they're just
cornerstones.
You know, they're foundations and pillars to this scene that I've never seen them not help anybody.
Right.
Like, all they wanted, they've been there, they've done the touring thing, they've sold 50,000 copies of a single. They've been there, done that, and they've taken, you know, I don't know if they purposely took a step back or maybe things happened, but now that they're not in the limelight, they're helping others get pushed to it, which is awesome.
I think, I don't know, I don't think that they might just want to take a break and try to figure some stuff out personally. You know, that kind of sort of thing happens in life. And I'm sure they're always going to do these reunion shows, and I'm sure I'm going to always go to them.
Yep.
Always. No matter whether I'm performing or I'm just buying a ticket to support and go, because it's great. You know, nobody parties like we do.
You know, this is our hood, this is our town. You know, say hello to Jimmy. Like, funny story about the say hello to Jimmy. So I'm a huge Noise Wave fan. Don't ever say that to a cop that's arresting you, because they will beat the shit out of you. And I found out the hard way. Noise Wave got the shit kicked out of me for telling a cop say hi to Jimmy. He did not think that was clever. Thanks, Noise Wave. Thanks, Surreal. Thanks for letting me think I was a badass Gigi Allen when I was 21 and got the shit beat out of me. I'm not a big guy, so you know that cop man handled my ass. I was handcuffed and he stomped on my chest and my face and don't ever talk to Jimmy about me. Don't ever say Jimmy to me. I never will again. I've learned my lesson. Thanks for a lesson, Noise Wave. So, locally, you were listening to Noise Wave, getting into that. When did you decide to start recording music?
Oh man, that was a long. Well, okay, so backtrack just a little bit. So me and my buddies, when we were like 14, 15, like we would write stuff down, we'd freestyle, we'd record it. You know, we never released anything with it. Had a house fire, all the files got lost in the computer, and then me and my buddies all kind of went our separate ways for a long time. Always would run into one of them in jail every time one of us would end up in jail. Both of us would, even if we were in contact. You know, and then I cage fought for a long time. I kind of realized I was too old, too out of shape to do that anymore. So I got
a pair of my cage gloves right there. I did one fight, went 9 minutes, and got the shit beat out of me for 9 minutes. I didn't tap out, I didn't give up, I didn't get knocked out, but the judges decided all 3 rounds went to the guy that beat the fuck out of me. But, you know, I can say I got into that cage and did it. Yeah. So, a funny story to that, though. Okay, so you gotta pick your own name. You gotta pick a song that you wanted to come out to, and you gotta walk out. if you guys don't know, 2Strikes is a reincarnated dirty hippie too.
Yes.
Most of his merch is tie-dyed. I actually have a badass tie-dyed shirt from him, even though it's a V-neck. I still rock
I
it.
got a couple new ones. They're reverse tie-dye now.
So for my mixed martial arts fight, I come out and they let you pick your nickname, and so the guy goes, "And incoming is Adam," and he kind of hesitates and goes, "The Jew Boy Malberg." I had my brother and everybody dying in the crowd because that's what they called me growing up. So that's what I used as my nickname, the Jew Boy, the Mountain Jew. You know, I'm proud. And so, funny story to this. When I come out to the ring, I'm wearing a Grateful Dead tie-dye t-shirt. I come out to Here's Uncle John's Band by the Grateful Dead. And I shit you guys not, the only pair of gym shorts I owned at the age of 21 were my 7th grade gym shorts from Lewis and Clark. So I am in a cage fight wearing Lewis and Clark gym shorts.
Were they short shorts?
No, because I've been the same size since 7th grade. And so, I get out there and I'm standing there like a goofball, and this guy come out to some aggressive little scrappy music, just hollering, and he got a towel over his head, 20 dudes behind him, and I'm standing in that ring like, what in the fuck did I get into? And this dude come out and he's all aggressive and I'm just standing there like, so, moral to the story, prepare yourself, guys. Prepare yourself. Yeah. Like, when you got a set, make sure you got a USB drive with your songs individually labeled on paper.
Or two.
You know, be prepared, guys. Don't be like me. I didn't even have a water boy. This dude was getting sips of water between rounds, and I'm standing there dry as fuck, almost throwing up. Man. Like, he had he had a guy tape up his wrist. I didn't even know I was supposed to do that. So, again, come prepared, guys.
Were you boxing?
I was mixed martial arts fighting, and...
Yeah. Was it kickboxing or?
Yeah, it was total everything. Knees, elbows, chokes.
Well, I mean, there's a difference. I mean, there's freestyle fights.
And I just
MMA fights. There's kickboxing.
It was MMA, and I just didn't get taped up.
OFC.
Yep, it was Omaha Fight Club at South Sokol.
Yeah.
Back in 2008.
That's where my first
You probably
fight
shouldn't
was
even went up against that guy.
No, he trained for 7 months, and all I didn't do was smoke cigarettes or weed that day.
Just that day.
That day,
I know. I never not did that. I always smoked. Maybe not cigarettes, but I always smoked before I went to fight. That was the key.
Yeah. Probably would have made them punches hurt a lot less.
That was the key. When I cage fight, though, I did love it. And as soon as the cage doors would close, I felt 100% comfortable. I was like, all right,
it's fun as fuck.
It's happening, and there's no way to get out of it. So I'm just going to do my best. But, yeah.
And there's a big difference between cage fighting and street fighting, because when you get in there and somebody else actually wants to fight with you, and it's just something to see who's going to be a little better than the other with no animosity, it's fun. Like, I don't care who you are, win or lose, it's fun to go in there and get punched in the face a couple times.
Right. But yeah, like you said too, they let you choose your name. So I went out as Tyler 2Strikes Johnson.
Nice.
I mean, so that's where my rap name came from. I was just like too lazy to change it, and I think it goes great. I like it as a rap name.
So, point out this: at least he uses a rap name for OFC fighter instead of his OnlyFans. you local rappers that have OnlyFans and use your rap name as that. Newsflash, it's a bunch of dudes jerking off to you. So, I mean, it's cool. I have no problem with that, but don't think you're pulling in bitches when that ain't who's watching OnlyFans, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna do it.
Feet pics are the way to go, bro. No shit. I'm
gonna make
some dude.
It's a food porn.
Some local guy sent me a friend's request, local rapper and shit. Got a show, and he has his OnlyFans posted on his page, and I'm like, bro, I'm sorry to tell you, but there ain't that many thirsty women out there.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a hot summer.
But you know what? Get local dudes, if you're looking for some extra income, do an OnlyFans, bro. Clearly, that shit's paying. Like, get paid for them dick pics.
I'm going to do one of food porn. OnlyFans food porn.
Like, I want to do one where it's feet, where like you put them in mashed potatoes and then you pour gravy over the feet and shit, or like you do it up like a sundae and put whipped cream.
Yeah, maybe throw.
Dude, there's foot fetishes out there.
I find feet disturbing.
Yeah, but that 5% niche out there will make you a millionaire off them feet.
That's right. I know, but I don't know.
All right, so let's get back to our interview and off the foot porn discussion here, guys. So we were discussing earlier about the Outlaws. Let's talk about an up and coming project you have with them guys. With Phantom.
With Phantom, me. We don't have a project name quite yet, but we're working on it. But we've got 2 other songs in the works right now. We already have a set way that we're going to get it mixed, mastered, everything recorded. So that's going to be great. Shout out to Juju.
Who was already interviewed. Again, Juju was one of them guys that told you if you want beats, you want stuff like that, hit him up, bro. He said, he got thousands of beats sitting on his files that are free, that aren't YouTube beats and stuff, that are his creation, that he'll hook you up with. He don't want to see you guys get ripped off and taken advantage of. And again, Juju's a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Don't worry, I'm heading over there next week, so you guys won't beat me to any of the ones I want.
and this video ain't gonna drop until he gets his beats.
Yeah, so
if you're like, damn, I'm not finding quite the one, he probably took it.
Yeah, probably.
It's all right.
Especially if you're a juggalo, hippie, or whatever.
That's one reason.
Call it hippie low because there's already hippie low out there.
That's why I like 2Strikes so much. Is me and him are almost identical, being dirty hippie juggalos, because my parents were dirty hippies. I grew up on the Grateful Dead, grew up around the counterculture, and then the juggalos were my counterculture growing up.
And I surrounded myself with like Grateful Dead and just festivals like.
One of the coolest pictures 2Strikes has is him at Shakedown Palace with
the Grateful Dead,
Bertha behind.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the coolest pictures I see of you all the time.
I love that picture. I had that picture made into stickers, so I do have a few of those stickers.
And again, merch game. Tyler made me custom made tie-dye socks, guys. Okay, like he custom makes. Even if it's just tie-dye, that still makes each piece individual and custom to you. So, you want to talk about somebody with some merch game? Ask him how he paid for some of that stuff down at the Luna Fest, selling some merch. That's
as an artist, as a local artist, especially, you got to count on making merch, and you got to make merch people want. And you might find somebody who just really likes your merch design. They might not even like your music, and they might be like, well, I'm still going to cop that up. So,
okay, example, my wife. She's not into most of your guys' music, but 90% of you guys, she loves your shirt designs and stuff, and she rocks them. Again, my 13-year-old daughter is not into hip-hop or rap, She's into the pop bands and stuff. But she rocks a lot of your guys' hoodies and stuff. She's a very big into wearing hoodies. She's a teenage girl. We all know why they like wearing hoodies. So when I buy hoodies from you guys and they're larges and you're like, well, no, that's not going to fit you, they're for my daughter. She loves wearing your guys' stuff, especially when you have... 2Strikes put 87 on the back of all of his shirts. Same year my wife was born. So my wife absolutely loves her 2Strikes shirt.
And that...
she rocks that thing constantly.
That's actually the year I was born too, but that's not why I put it on the shirts. I had a friend who had passed away, and one of his sayings in our old group sayings was, we keep it 87% because nobody keeps it 100. If you say you're keeping it 100, you're lying. You get pulled over by the cops, you got some weed in the certain country, like, hey, I got some weed right here, man. You'll be like, yeah. Do you ever hear? No, I don't. You don't lie to your mom. You lie to your probation officer. You might lie to your wife.
White lies.
You might not make it home for dinner tonight. You got to keep that 13% chance for clerical error. So that's the 87.
I like that.
Because anybody who tells you to keep it 100, they might keep it 100 in certain aspects, but we all know there's something.
I like that. That's good. You're going to lie to your boss. I guarantee you that. You know what I mean? Everybody lies to their boss. I
drank a little too much last night.
Mike, if you're watching this, I've never lied to you. I've always been square with you.
100%.
There's never been that 13% chance of me not being 100 with you on that. So then, with you being a juggalo and a hippie, we can kind of see some of your influences on your music. What other influences do you have on your music that aren't necessarily musical influences?
Well, I mean, I do want to say something. And if you've ever heard me or seen my style of rap, you can also very much portray like old school hip hop, like, you know, NWA, you know, Tupac, things like that, where I have a real graspy type of approach to the music, and I love doing it that way. But other influences that I have than that, I mean, just self-love, I guess, would be my influence, because I love doing music. I love performing it. I just enjoy it. It makes me feel good. I get a lot of crap off my chest by doing it. So it just kind of makes me feel like I'm bettering myself while I'm doing it. Like,
if you guys aren't catching that reoccurring theme, this music is self-help for the artist. It does a lot for their mental health. It helps them relieve stress and anxiety and depression. And the best part about it is when we listen to it, it helps us relieve our depression. And if we're feeling anxious, it's nice to hear somebody else.
right, yeah.
We're not alone, you know. And that's why people like Tyler and you guys and everybody that puts actual feeling and emotion into their music and art is important to support. You know, you go listen to this stuff on the radio and tell me how much of that actually has an emotional feeling behind it and not just something for you to consume.
And I'm sure, like, a lot of the people who will view this have seen me when I very first came into the scene, and I was a wreck. I was all over the place, constantly getting kicked out of venues, just being a drunk asshole, picking fights, getting in fights. I was a horrible human being. And 2 years later, you know, and now I don't get kicked out of venues. I'm pretty mellow most of the time, you know. I do get angry, I'm a human. But for the most part, I'm a pretty mellow person, and I just kick back and have a good time and enjoy life. And that just goes to show you that how much therapy music has been to me, because I went from a fucking complete piece of shit to the person now who's just like in the back of the room, just high, and like, yeah, I'm good.
and I can second that feeling about music, because again, you met me 4 years ago when I was still drinking, and you probably wouldn't like me, you know. And quit drinking, music's helped me with that. You guys have been some of the greatest support in that, you know, because again, I know I'm not alone with having the feelings of having been in piece of shit. To, you know, you see people's development, and then you realize, damn, I've changed too. And so it's real nice. And again, it's one of them things where if we don't support guys like you, then we're going to end up feeling shitty. And so if we get somebody out there that lets us know we're not the only ones feeling shitty, it's awesome. But you also don't just have, you know, your feelings raps. You got some fun raps, and you got some horrorcore stuff. And again,
I like to take you out on a roller coaster.
2Strikes has a very diverse coverage of music. You can't put him in a box and say, oh, he's horrorcore or he's the hippie rap. You know, you're 2Strikes, and then throw in the Outlaws, and it's a whole different.
Yeah.
Because again, like when you and Phantom are on stage, you're just all over the place.
Yeah, we're hyped together.
You know, and then when it's you're more of a Kurt Cobain-ish and into it.
Yeah.
You know, not saying you're not all over the place either, but it's not, you know, the same energy level. But it's not supposed to be.
No, you're very correct. You're very correct, and I'm trying to get better at the stage presence while I'm on stage. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like me and Phantom, we feed off each other's energy, and it's great. And I love doing my solo stuff too, but I think that, you know, sometimes people work better in groups, and that might be a thing right now. And eventually, I'm gonna get comfortable on the stage by myself. I can't believe that I even have stage fright anyway, but that's what I feel like it is. But
again, I know exactly about stage fright, because that caused me to mispronounce several names. But, you know, that's neither here or there. In fact, the flyer for that show you had me hosted right next to you, the Underdogs.
That's better.
I'll have that forever.
Yeah, it was a fun show for sure.
That was one of the first shows at the Omaha Lounge.
Yeah.
Again, we got to thank 2Strikes for that one. He helped open doors to a new venue there by really impressing the guy. One of them first shows there, letting them know what kind of crowd we can bring in, and the fact that we were very energetic and
not as rowdy as
what he thought
to be.
You know, and then again, you having me host it, and then the owner thought it was cool when I showed up with a gold record. What's this? I said, oh, it's our gold record for the scene. He said, the scene? I said, well, you know, it's because we're so cool, we get a gold record. And he wanted me to leave it hung up on his wall. I was like, oh, no, bro. Oh, no. But, you know, again, people like 2Strikes, if you're having trouble finding venues and booking shows, he books himself. He makes it happen. He just had his own birthday bash with Juju.
And I try not to book myself as much.
Well, no, but...
And I am slowing down a little bit because after these next couple shows I got with today with 4 Winds, which this will air after that. And then I got the Had Enough tour on October 8th.
Yep, at Omaha.
At the Omaha Lounge. And then I have Luigi Mack with Phantom as the Outlaws on the 17th. I believe that's at the Reverb. I want to say Reverb.
That might be Omaha Lounge too.
No, that's either at the Reverb or the Waiting Room.
It's the Reverb. You're right.
But after that show's on the 17th of October. After that, I'm gonna take a small step back unless it's a show where I'm like, oh, it's ICP, I have to fucking be on that show, or Twisted, and I'm like, oh, I fucking want to be on that show. You know, but other than those 2 bands, I'm going to take a step back, and the next thing you guys are going to see from me right before I come back to performing again is going to be my album's going to be released, Higher Thoughts, and it's going to be fucking awesome. I'm going to do that, and then hopefully me and Phantom will have an Outlawed mixtape released by then too. Is the whole plan, because I mean we already have four songs together, working on another 2, so we could easily have an 8 song mixtape for you guys in the next couple months. Nothing for sure on that one, but I am for sure on my album. The plan is to have it drop by December this year. That's the ultimate goal for me right now.
Nice. So he already answered my next question about where he was going to go in the next little bit with his music, so that's Nostradamus here predicting my questions. All right, downhill. What's the next question? Where's this podcast going? So again, guys, he's gonna have Higher Thoughts coming out, hopefully in December. Keep a lookout for that. If he drops a pre-order on that, guys, scoop up pre-orders. Those are so important to these guys to drum up interest and show interest. As soon as you see him drop cover art for that, start sharing it. Start gassing it up. I mean, drum up interest for it. It's very important that, I mean, it's costing him money to make this CD, guys. Even if it comes out on a digital platform, it's not. These guys' time costs money. How much do you make an hour? Okay, well then if you're making $7.25 an hour, at least pay this guy $7.25 an hour. You know, like don't be a dick. Like the mixtape, he's not going to be able to really charge for it, so it's very important that you listen to it. And again, I just had Tron on, and he had a mixtape, fire ass mixtape. Don't shut down a mixtape because it's somebody else's beats or something. Well, you know,
like with that mixtape. It's gonna there will be a few. There's gonna be maybe like 2 songs that have free for profit YouTube beats.
Yeah.
But we are actually a lot of the songs we're gonna remake with a new beat, or we're just gonna have a whole new beat for this song.
And again, exactly. Don't think every mixtape is 100% somebody else's beat either. Yeah. It might be called a mixtape because they couldn't get clearance on one track that they really wanted to use.
Right, and
you know, so
and with the fact that it's just so in my eyes, what I see a mixtape as, personally at least, is it's like it's a it's a pretty album. You know, you want to throw out a few songs. You know, you want to have like half of an album, and you want to throw it out so that you know people can get a taste of it. You know.
Yeah, samplers,
Yeah.
little appetizers. You know, and that's why again mixtapes are extremely important to even pick up. I've seen it before when an artist can push out a bunch of mixtapes. They're definitely encouraged to do more music. Mixtapes are the best way to find new artists, to learn new artists. There's nothing wrong with mixtapes. I don't like when people get, again, like when you guys get all up in arms about a SoundCloud rapper. Like again, don't let that deter you from listening to somebody's music.
Right. I remember getting mixtapes back at the ranch for like Buck Bowen mixtapes. Like, do you guys even know who Buck Bowen is?
Sure do.
Look that dude up. That dude is sick. Look up. I think his albums were like some of my favorite albums
Couch
by him
Surfer
were
or
like
something?
phone sex.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Phone Sex.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
Phone Sex Volume 1 and 2. Check that shit out.
Buck Bowen actually just dropped a book about a year or two ago too.
Yeah.
You know, he's, again, I know of him through Noise Wave. You know, so it's if you guys are looking for some old school influences, look up Buck Bowen. Chances are probably slim to none of me getting him on here. But he would be one I'd love to get on. But you never know.
You'll have to cut this next part out, but I have contact info for Buck Bowen, so.
Nice.
Because we're actually in the talks of doing something for, so it's me and a bunch of other people. Cut this whole part out. Ranch Bull.
Wonderful part about editing.
Ranch Bull Rats is what it's going to be called. And it's like got like Noise Wave on it, fucking Buck
Sick.
Bowen, people who grew up. It's pretty much filled with people who grew up in the scene from the Ranch Bull and artists from that time.
Well, that's dope.
So it's like do you know who 40 Mac Frame is?
Yep.
It's like 40 Mac Frame and his brother are gonna be on it. Like, you know, like, so we're sticking with, like, we're just trying to like make a big mixtape with all of us having a song or two on it.
I wonder when the hell that documentary's gonna fucking finally drop. I've been waiting like 4 years for that fucker.
Right.
Some bitches. Alright, back to the interview. Alright, so then, again, mixtapes. Super important to support them, guys. Like, it helps drum up interest for the artist, especially when it's 2Strikes and Phantom doing the Outlaw. If they see a big interest in their mixtape, we'll get a full tape. And trust me, we're gonna want a full album out of these guys.
And we're already working on merch for Outlaws, so we got
And again, you see that? They're already working on merch. Guys, I'm going to drill it in every episode because it's one of the most important things for you independent and local guys. I mean, look, support local, the well. If you haven't noticed the theme of me, I wear an independent artist shirt every time I do this, a different one. Why? Because when you look at it, you're like, oh shit, what's that? And then you go and look it up. In fact, the other day I had an episode dropped where I'm wearing a JBM shirt and somebody randomly goes, is that a JBM Empire? And then next thing you know, I got a bunch of guys asking to be on the interview. Which, again, to me, somebody noticed that I was wearing your stuff.
Right.
So if you don't think merch works, it works. You won't believe how many times I get asked about my plug. You know, I get asked about crap I have all the time. My CRV's covered in your guys' stickers, you know, and I get asked about the different stickers constantly.
And that reminds me, are you going tonight?
To Four Winds?
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Okay, I'll have a decal for you. I forgot to bring it. But
Awesome.
I have a new one since you ruined the other one.
I did ruin it because I opened it like a Sorry,
Oh.
I'm the Neanderthal. But I still got the sticker. It's right there.
Yeah, it's still right here.
See, I didn't throw it out. I started it and it peeled it bad, so I put it all back together and pinned it up on the board. See, so I save everything, guys.
I messed up this part on mine, so I don't feel bad.
So then, with, let's see, I think we tackled everything. So I'm going to hit you with my last couple of questions here. One of my favorite ones that I've been asking everybody, and I really like this question. We kind of get to know you a little more too. 3 collaborations you can do with people. It doesn't have to be another singer or another rapper or hip hop artist. You can hook up with anybody you want. Say you want Prince to engineer your stuff, or you want to do a song with Bob Weir. Who would you like to 3 dream collabs?
Definitely Twisted. I just fucking
Twisted or the Crazies?
Twisted. Well, probably House of Crazies because they're a little.
I think the House of Crazies is the best Twisted.
Yeah.
I mean,
love you, Twisted. Sorry, but I don't like the new rock. I mean, it was. I do enjoy rock, and it was an enjoyable rock song, but I just like you guys' raps. I will always see you guys as rappers right now. I'm sorry. MGK can make that switch. You can't. Don't pull my heartstrings. Don't pull my heartstrings here.
They're better rappers.
Yeah. But so I would say definitely Twisted. I'm probably just going to be all singers, honestly. I would love to do something with ABK too.
Anybody killer?
Yeah.
Woo woo. This is a Juggalo specific episode.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's definitely some other people that outside of, like, I'd like to do a softer song with like Jelly Roll when he does his acoustic rap.
Nice.
I would love to do something like that.
You're the second guy to say Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the acoustic rap specific for me though.
Well, it's because he kind of got a nice country.
Yeah, and I don't like country music, but
sound when he. But again, Jelly Roll does it nice.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between.
Yeah,
I've seen some blue collar rap, as they call it, and some of that.
I like Bubba Shot the Jukebox because it played a sad song. I would have probably shot the jukebox too.
That's awesome.
Probably punched it and it looked like Adam and Joey.
Jeez. And then this question is no longer new because this is now the 4th episode in with this question. But I've started doing this one because I stole it from Conan O'Brien, if you're wondering. At least I give credit where credit's due. I'm not Vanilla Ice. I don't say I put the tss at the end so it's a different song. I will admit if I stole something from somebody. And actually, I didn't steal it. I Christopher Columbus'd it. I discovered it for people that didn't know it existed yet.
Sound a little more like Vanilla Ice now.
Oh, I'm cold as ice, baby. So, this new question I actually kind of dig it because it definitely gives us. So far, my answers that I've gotten for this have not been anything I've expected from anybody. You're stuck with one song that you're allowed to listen to for the rest of your life. Only one. What will it be?
Oh, man. It's a fucking hard question. Black Rain by Dark Lotus. Back when ICP and Twisted and they all fucking talked and got along.
Dark Lotus was some of the best psychopathic music to have ever hit.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it, and I'm hoping with the downfall of health issues with Violent J, somebody finally pulls their head out of their ass. I don't care which side, but somebody finally pulls their head out of their ass and they just do one more Dark Lotus set. Just one more Dark Lotus set. Maybe at next year's gathering. Let's just go out with a bang. Let's go out.
Give me another 5-song EP. I mean,
that'd be great.
You know.
Yeah, just something. You know. You guys were homies way too long to. I mean, I feel it. I feel the pain and anguish. Trust me, because I'm not friends with people I was friends with for 20 fucking plus years, but.
Do us fans a favor.
Yeah,
Fuck.
You guys fucking all built an empire and
You built a family and split us, dicks.
Yeah.
Not really split us.
Split me.
Because real Juggalos weren't ever split by that, but we were brokenhearted at the fact that some of our best dream projects are no longer available.
It sucks, but you know.
we get no longer any more psychopathic writers, you know, like,
Yeah.
and I don't care who you were.
Dumping.
If you don't like dumping, you don't know what fucking fun rap is. Like, that was just one of the best psychopathic writers.
I mean,
Or
fucking JRB, Juggalo Riders, bitch.
just, I mean, if you guys want to do us one favor, make sure they see this. Go fucking tag ICP and twist it in this and make them fuckers go watch it and say, watch the last 5 minutes of this. You have to, because we need it. We deserve it. We've had a shitty COVID, shitty fucking deep freeze, hurricanes. Just give us some good shit. Like, we got shitty news with Jay. Like, it sucks. That's always scary shit when you hear about that.
Right.
Regardless of how not serious or serious people think it is. Like, that's just, it's heartbreaking when your idol has health issues.
Right.
And then it makes you really want for things that you're just like, come on, guys. Literally bury the hatchet.
Right.
Like, just my hot take on that. Me and 2Strikes.
Right. You know, I would like to give a couple shouts outs. Shout it out. I would like to thank Billy Atterbury out there in Oklahoma for letting some local Omaha artists from here go out there and bless our presence on the stage at Luna Fest. If you don't know what Luna Fest is, check that shit out because it's gonna.
They had some great videos from there.
It's gonna be an every year thing for you juggalos. It's pretty much a mini gathering. LUNI, fucking little line space in the middle, if I forget what that shit's called, and then Fest, FEST. But look that up. It's gonna be an every year thing. So I'd like to thank him. And
Yeah, because it was you, Phantom, Juju the Mystics, and
Kid Corduroy and Bumbles were supposed to be there, but they were unable to make it.
Yep.
But yeah, and then I had some homies from Kansas City on it. So yeah, it was an awesome time, and and all the promoters in the city. Thank you for fucking doing what you do and put shows on for people to go enjoy it. I don't give a fuck what promoter you are. It doesn't matter to me. Just thank you for doing it.
Thank you, Justin Strawstone, Devin Ulrich, Doug Smith, Surreal. I mean, there's thank you promoters, thank you venues for staying open and allowing us to do this. Especially places like Omaha Lounge, that's a jazz lounge that you would have never thought would let local hip hop in there, especially with some of the bad rap we get. I mean, Waiting Room banned us for a little bit and then pulled the ban off because they're fucking jumping on a bandwagon. Fuck the Waiting Room. Again, only reason I go there is to support the artist, not the fucking venue.
Well,
and on that,
you want venues? I got you. To perform, I will do what I have to.
It is what it is. I mean,
do you, boo boo?
There's a ton of venues in this place, though. And again, a shout out to places like Shakedown Palace and the Down Under that allow open mic nights and stuff. Them things are very important.
Do not forget about the Broken Down Palace.
I did say
the
that.
Broken Down Palace?
Yeah.
I think you said Shakedown Palace.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Shakedown Street and Broke Down Palace.
Broke Down Palace. Again, if you don't notice, 2Strikes hits up a lot of open mics, too.
Yeah.
And he gets on a ton of shows, but he still understands how important open mic nights are.
Yeah, they're very important.
If you see open mic nights, go do them, guys. Again, if you're the type of guy complaining you're not getting on shows, you're not getting attention, you're getting slept on like Lou Nesta.
You can't do crafts without craft.
Like, if you're not hitting open mic nights, I'm not going to listen to you bitch about it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, again, 2Strikes gets booked on shows, gets sent to festivals, and he's still hitting up open mic nights. Do you know how many open slots I see on these open mic nights, and you guys are crying that you don't have a place to go? And there's places that do that. You can almost find one every night.
And most of them give you 20-minute sets. That's
15-minute sets. I mean,
20-minute sets,
that's what you're paying $30 for, $50 for when you're going.
And if you're an artist, don't be a dick. Have a USB drive. And some of these open mics, and not specifically about open mics because some of them are ran a little different. But if you're an artist and you're going to a show to perform, where there's a DJ, don't be like, oh well, I don't have my set on a
You
USB.
can't
They're fucking
download
$2 at fucking Walmart. If you need $2, hit me up. I mean, I'm fucking digging my couch and need some change to go get a fucking USB.
Shit you not, guys. Seriously, like that's one
real
of
shit, though.
Like,
I'm trying to be a dick, but that's real shit. Like, get a fucking USB.
Be prepared. Like, don't complain when people won't take you serious when you show up with your fucking phone and expect it to work.
Sometimes I'll have 3 USBs in my bag just in case you need one.
Like, almost most of the talented local artists I know keep their music with them.
You won't catch me without my USB in my pocket 90% of the time.
I mean, don't be like one of them guys that show up to a show with a USB and be like, can I get on? That's fucking dick move. But
90% of the time, I have my USB in my pocket.
be prepared. 2Strikes will tell you, he promotes shows, so be on fucking time. You know? Be timely.
Respect your other artists. If you don't go on till 8:40 and the show starts at 7, don't show up at 8:35 expecting to get on your set right away and then leave as soon as your set's done. That's not support. You're not even getting the feedback from the people who are there
watching
so
your
what
set.
was the point of doing the show besides, oh, I got another show now, child? No, stick around, fucking talk to people.
Network.
Yeah, exactly. Network.
Like, you
You're
guys
gonna
won't
do shit
believe
without
how
networking.
far opening your mouth will get you. Like, and again, we understand if you got work and family shit, and we get when things happen. But there's some of you guys that do this at every fucking show you're on.
And if you can't figure out how to open your mouth, try prostitution for a while, then come back to the game, and you'll probably be better at opening your mouth.
I mean, mouth hugs do wonders. And just remember, every time you yawn in
credit, you know?
and remember, every time you yawn in October, a ghost is coming up and sticking his dick in your mouth.
Right.
So you're getting open mouth privileges in October. So use them. Like, I haven't worked for a couple weeks. I'm about to start doing mouth hugs, bro. Like I'm telling you guys. So, on that wonderful, beautiful note, hit me up on Facebook, DM me. I'm thinking about charging $15 a piece. You know, we'll see how far that gets me. Look at this mustache. You know you want to ride.
Mustache,
Oh,
right?
that's no French tickler.
It's an American tickler,
Oh, okay.
but it's kosher.
It looks French.
It's
Kosher.
kosher.
But it's kosher.
Remember that. So, after some bullshit, I want to thank Mr. 2Strikes for coming out to the Mountain Dew review.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
I really appreciate it, brother. I want to thank you. I'll get Phantom on here, and then after we're done with Phantom, we will be having a double of 2 of you. So, he is
He's already
officially...
offered 2 for 1s.
See? I like doing... There ain't nothing wrong with doubles, bro. I got more than one hole. Money's money.
2 hands, too, you know?
Well, I don't have 2 hands.
Oh, my bad. Shit.
I lied to everybody. This was not a motorcycle accident. It actually happened in a high-speed reach-around incident.
His hand got stuck.
Oh, no.
Come out.
Well, the best part about doing reach-arounds is it makes the 3.5 inches feel bigger, like I poked all the way through.
Oh, man.
So, Tyler, 2Strikes, I appreciate you for coming on before your show today. You are officially tramp stamp approved, my boy.